You returned. Any questions this time?
My choices, my emotions, what I learn, none of it matters.
What do you mean? Of course they matter.
No, as in, I'll forget everything. When I'm reborn, I'll be a toddler again. I won't have any memories or skills. All I've learned in my previous stay. I won't be able to recognize people that I've seen. All the music will all be new to me. Does that make this life cycle absolutely pointless?
That's absolute nonsense. You do have all the experiences, memories, and knowledge from your previous lives. It's alright if you don't remember them right now. They'll come to you when they need to. I'm sure you sometimes have picked up a hobby on Earth and it just felt natural to you. And you were good at it. Like you had been doing it for years. That's how the knowledge comes to you. Bit by bit.
Like the time when Vince decided to start driving a taxi. He was a natural from the beginning.
Exactly. So what else was on your mind, Rick? Go on. Tell me.
Well, everyone else. Their souls. What will happen to them? Will I ever meet them again? Will they remember me after they've passed away?
You must have stayed somewhere great while you were out there to have connections this strong to your loved ones. Yes, you might meet them again. All of you can be out there above or in your next life. That's all up to you with whom you spend your time with.
I see. This is a bit weird. I don't have the breath anymore. But I feel like I'm out of breath now.
That means you're at the end of your strength. Are you ready to go? The time's passed and you might not have that much strength left anyway. There's a new time and place where you can gain life again.
No. Not yet. Please. Please. My wife, Shauna. I need to know. I need to know what happened to her. Did she get better? How's my son? Simon. I can't go anywhere before I know what happened to everyone.
You really did meet some wonderful souls on your short journey. Very well. There's still some strength in you. Maybe you can try to focus one more time. Are you up for it?
I was born ready, Mr. What's your name again? Friend? You never told me that.
It's not important.
Nice to meet you, not important. Come on. No, for real this time. You've helped me a lot. I'd like to know your name.
I was called Gavin.
Okay. Gavin. Thank you, Gavin. I'll see you again in a bit. this? Is this my study? My office? I'm home! Books. Shauna really loved to read. I really hope she found the new series to follow. She was always so excited when I got her a new book for her birthday. It feels like it was only yesterday when Sylvia took her first steps right here.
half a year has gone by. It's hard to believe how quickly time passes. You know, what we had together, I will never have with anyone else. I'm getting to be an old man and don't see myself making that many friends anymore. There won't be moments where I'll roam the fields on a Saturday morning while playing hide and seek, nor will there be evening walks in town chasing skirts. There's not that many people to give me a lift to hospital when I break my arm. Not that I would be doing anything reckless to break my arm like that again, though. Losing you already left me with a broken bone of our childhood together. It saddens me to admit that I think about our time together more nowadays compared to when you were alive. Sometimes I look at my kitchen table and think how often we used to share a drink here. I did fix the wobbliness, by the way. It was the leg you pointed out so many times. When I stare at that spot where you always sat, I fear that one day I will go 24 hours without pausing to remember you. You really deserved a better friend than I was.
He's here, somewhere. No, I haven't been here before, but this is where Shauna said his gravestone is. Next to the Grand Oak. There. There's my brother. My big brother. Jesus Christ, my dear big brother. I am so sorry I haven't come before today. I could give you all the excuses in the world, how I've been there and here and wherever and doing whatever. You give me one of your famous insights on life again and would eventually just shrug it off, wouldn't you? It's been 7 years now since you left us here. You caught us all off guard, especially Mum. None of us really knew how to take it, how to get on with our lives. That might sound like a lot, coming from a man who only visited at Easter and Christmas, but I'm serious. If you'd only understood what kind of influence you had on me, you'd think otherwise. You were the single solid rock in my life. The one who always made time for me, who never really got in trouble. The one who married young and got wonderful kids, something I could never do. and by the looks of it will never do. Rick, I'd like you to meet Martin. We've been sharing a flat in Dublin for a good few years now, and he's the one who talked me into coming over here. According to him, I never really talked about you before Mum passed away, but from the time of her funeral, apparently I haven't really shut up about you. Who knows? No, it looks like it's going to start raining, so we have to go soon. I made my peace with her, by the way. Mum, I mean. It was somewhere around last September when Martin told me to go and talk with her, and that I did. I went there and she greeted me with open arms, like there was never anything really between us. She must have known that she was ill and had not got long left. I don't know. We talked a lot. I told her about Martin and my life in Dublin. By the end of the day, I didn't even notice how late it was, so I stayed over. My first night at home in I don't know how many years. Ever since, I went to her every week. She talked about you often. You know, she really adored that pen that you gave her. She even slipped away holding the thing in her hands. I miss you, big brother. I wish that you could have been here and met Martin. Met the new me. Met your granddaughter. Shauna looks so proud of your kids every time we visit. We've started a tradition to meet every Christmas in your old house, and we get to talk a lot through the holidays. At the end of the day, I can't fill your shoes and I won't try. You left behind a wonderful family of talented people whom all love you very much. I hope you're proud. Take care now, big brother. I promise I'll come by again soon.
Daddy, how are you doing out there? Are you watching us from above, seeing all this? When I look back at my own childhood, I really can't remember a time when you weren't there for me, so I kind of thought you'd watch after me from there as well. Chris and I just came back from the hospital for my second screening. Yes, I'm pregnant, Daddy! Chris was a total mess when he saw her move a little in there. It must have been the same feeling for you when you saw me inside Mum all so long ago. With Father's Day just around the corner, I found myself thinking about everything you did for us and how much you loved us. I wish I could tell you how much it meant to me, how much it still means to me. As a child, you were my best friend. The older I got, I realized we never really did the things you liked. I know that your favorite movie wasn't actually Snow White, and I'm sorry for all the games I made you miss. The Warriors did take the rugby championship title, eventually. It was a tight match, but that's what Chris told me. I still can't understand the rules. I might have to pick up a rugby rule book sooner or later though. You never know if our little Aoife wants to play when she grows up. Ah, that's right. We'll name our little one after Granny Aoife. As much as I want to thank you, I also want to apologise for my temper. Raising a teenage girl might be one of the biggest challenges a father goes through. Although I snapped at you when you suggested I wear less makeup, I knew it was because you saw my true beauty. And at the time, I was embarrassed when you demanded to meet Chris at the door when he came to pick me up for graduation party. But now I understand. You just wanted to make sure I was in good hands. And I for sure was and still am. We got married 3 years ago. Over the years, I might have caused you more grey hairs than I dare to admit. But really, what daughter doesn't? Every girl grows up looking up to her dad. But I've never stopped. I know there's no such thing as a perfect father. But you came really close. Even though we didn't always see eye to eye, you were and still are one of the biggest influences in my life. A father's the one who guides his daughter through life, not only as a father, but as their best friend. Fathers are the men to whom girls say, "I love you," for the first time. Whether it was a car ride, football game, graduation, or any bigger moment in my life, you were always there for me. You always believed in me and cheered me on, no matter what. For that, you get the perfect score. I love you, Dad.
Hey Rick, been a while again. I've come to accept the fact that we won't see you again. It was incredibly difficult to come to terms with that while still thinking, you don't have that many years left. I used to look for you everywhere, hoping that you were watching over us and smiling like you always did. But I don't need you to linger anymore. I'm finally at ease with life without a best friend. With this acceptance, I have come home today without visiting your grave. I've stopped drinking as much as I used to. With all this, I'll be able to focus on new things again. I'll give myself the chance to do good again, and I'll start by helping your family. Your garden looks horrible these days. I don't think they have the strength to clean it up by themselves. The time for the sidekick to shine will start today, and I will make you proud, hero.
Rick, my son. This summer has been really warm. I've seen more blue sky than rain, which in here, as you know, is a rare sight. When it does rain, it's always really soft. It's like the drops are looking around in the air and carefully placing themselves on the ground. I've been full of strength lately, and I had my doubts why that's so. Remember the pendant you gave me? I dropped it yesterday and your picture fell out. As I crouched to pick it up, I noticed it wasn't touching the floor. When I picked it up and tried to close the lid, the picture wasn't staying in. Right there and then, the lid swung open and light filled the room. It was an act of God. When I came to, I just knew it was my time. I would be joining your journey tonight, my dearest boy. I felt both happy and sad at the same time. Maybe I was even a bit afraid. I wouldn't know what to expect. Sad for not being able to see my granddaughter smile for the first time. But I knew that you, my son, would be up there, and I smiled for the thought. I wonder why God chose us. Why He chose me to be your mother, and you to visit for such a short time. I'm thankful that you will always be part of me, and I'm thankful that He trusted me with your life. You made your mother proud, Rick. You were a wonderful gift, and you blessed everyone around you. I celebrate you now and forever. I love you, and look forward to the day that I'll see you again, with a smile on my face. Love always. Your mother, Aoife.
Looks like they got new computers by these years. Sam really like playing around with these things. I wonder if he still does.
Hi, Daddy. How's it going? I came to say goodbye. To both you and the house. It's too big for just me and Mum to keep, and since Alan has passed, we've no one to run around the yard either. We simply can't afford it anymore, so we have to let it go. We've decided to sell some of your stuff as well. Simon took most of them already when he last came by. Some of your clothes, the leather knife, and your old photographs. Funny thing though, while we were going through the pictures together that evening, we found out Simon looks exactly like you did, as when you were his age. I know Mum's been saying that for a good while, but seeing that one photo of you and Uncle Rob in the park really proved her words. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry for what I said to you when I last saw you. I never really meant that. I actually wanted to go to the stables with you. Please forgive me for what I said. Ever since, I've had so many different questions for you, I can't even count them. You were always there to help me, and you always had an answer for everything. Until this day, I just can't figure out how you could smile at all times, no matter how dire a situation would be. That's at least how I remember you. A smiling daddy, who was always there when you needed one. It's been 12 years today. Hard to imagine how quickly the time flies. But I guess everyone must move on at some point, and I guess now it's the time to let go of the house as well. We'll build a new home somewhere, probably. We're thinking of Leaslip, Kildare, but for now we'll just rent in Dublin City. We also joked about the States, as that's where Granny's from, but didn't give it that much thought in the end. At the end of the day, who knows where we'll end up? The movers are coming in tomorrow, and we'll take out the last of the boxes at the weekend. I just wanted a moment of peace with you before the hassle kicks in. I'll see you around, Daddy. Say hi to Granny and Annalyn for me. I'm sure they're out there with you. I love you.
Master, where are you? I've guarded your pups alone for a long time. Your lady moved me outside again for the summer. It is more lonely here, but I hear pups inside. I will keep them safe. Master, this suspicious man worries me. Has he taken you? I see this man every day, but not you. Master, that's a car. Is it you, Master? No, it is the evil man. I will chase the evil man away. I will protect your home while the Master is away. Run, thief, run. Master, watch me. The evil man is running. I will catch him. Master, are you watching me? Huh? A car? Master, is that you? Is that your car? Master, have you come home?
Rick, my dear, you gave me 3 wonderful children who have all grown up to be wonderful adults. Every single one of them misses you so much. You would be so proud of them all. By watching them grow, I realized that life does go on. After years of being more or less frozen in my grief, I decided to get a grip and do something about it. I can't expect someone else to take care of me. I've chosen to become happy again, Rick. This is why I have to let you go. I will always love you, no matter what. For the time that I have left on this earth, I need to keep on living. Vincent has been so dear to me over the years, and I finally decided to let myself live again. With this letter, I wanted to ask for your permission to do so. I know he was your best friend and it might disturb you, but it's been 12 years, Rick. I just want to be happy again. He doesn't know about this yet, and I thought about surprising him. I don't know how I would have survived without him, how we would have survived without him. I'm sorry for being selfish about this. I hope we both can have your blessing. I will ask him to move in with me and Suzanne once we find a good house. I'm not sure if this is a goodbye letter for myself or for you as the old person that I used to be, who will no longer exist. A new me will start living tomorrow, a person who is able to let go of sadness and find love again.
That's Vincent's car. I guess he started coming around after all.
Hey Rick, how are you doing up there? Do they have that smoky whiskey you always loved up there? If they do, don't send me one. Yes, I've dropped the alcohol since my last doctor's visit. No, it wasn't anything serious. No, not at all. Jess simply pointed out every bottle will take a month away from my time here. I'm not a young man anymore, and I can't be playing around with my health any longer. Maybe it's time to face the music and start growing older as much as I'm getting older. It hit me at Jess's reception that you might not be the only friend who dies early or unexpectedly. As much of a cliche as it sounds, I've lost my sense of naive immortality. I know it could just as easily be me next. While it frightens me to think of what comes next, somehow, in your own way, you've prepared me for it. You're my first friend, and you were my best friend. I like to think that it would make you the forever optimist. Happy to know our friendship helps me grow as a person, even 6 years after your passing. You proved to me that I can face tragedy and grow from it. Your death taught me the meaning of grieving, gave me the keys to this car so I can comfort others when they need it and drive safely with them. I never asked to have it this way, but as long as it'll make me a stronger man, I will have it. So, hero, I'll go now. Shauna is calling me to help her with the paintings. She bought a big bunch of them in a recent Salvation Army sale. I'll raise a glass, the parting glass, for your 53rd birthday this summer. And as always, I'll keep you in my thoughts. The sidekick. No, the hero candidate. Over and out.
Rick, hey, Rick. Done?
Done.
Great. As I said, there's a new place for us in another time.
Okay. Where am I going?
We are going together, Rick. We'll be born into a small family in Cavan.
We are? But you said you had unresolved them.
You were my unresolved matter, Rick. I've been waiting for you all this time. We'll be born as brothers in that time. And you'll be the younger one.
Alright. Well, we'll go together. That means you'll be my twin?
Or like Izzy praised it, you could be mine. I hope Guns N' Roses are still around.
Oh my goodness. And we'll be in Cavan?
Wasn't that funny? Was it?
No, not really. It's almost as bad as my jokes. I'm just happy we were born in Ireland. There's no place I'd rather be. You know what? We'll make a great team out there. Let's go, Gavin.
Shauna, Sylvie, Susan, Simon, Vincent, my mother Aoife, Robin, and Adeline. I thank you for keeping me alive this long. I will forever adore what you did. How you thought of me. I wish I'd be allowed to live with you again, but whenever that may be. Please just take care of each other and keep well. I love you all. Goodbye.